Hey, I'm Lino Rulli, author of the book Sinner. And people were shocked when they realized I wrote a book called Sinner because A, they were surprised I was literate, and B, they thought, wait a second, you wrote a book called Sinner? You're proclaiming yourself to be a sinner? I said, yes, I am, because we're all sinners, and it's something I know a little bit about, sinning. So, let me see how I can help you with sin. What's the next question?
Hey, Lino, what's an examination of conscience?
An examination of conscience is great because it's the type of exam that you can't fail if you're honest with yourself. An examination of conscience is what we're supposed to do really at the end of every day. Before you go to sleep, you examine your conscience and see where have you failed God, neighbor, or self. What have you done? It's not a chance to just to beat yourself up, but you say, what have I done wrong through the course of my day? And you examine that day and you ask God's forgiveness. Then, before we go to confession, see how excited I am? When we go to confession, because it's so much fun, you should examine your conscience then as well and say, okay, and the 10 Commandments is an example of what you can do. Is you take a look, and for each of the commandments, you don't just go, well, I didn't murder anybody, everything's fine, but there are ways to reflect on each of the commandments and questions to say, how much deeper should I have loved God and neighbor and self, and where have I failed? And again, it's not just to beat ourselves up. It's really to say, I examine my conscience, I know what I've done wrong, and I'm going to go and I'm going to ask God's forgiveness, and with His help, I'm going to go and sin no more. But how do you know what you're sorry for, and how do you know what you're going to avoid if you haven't examined it in the first place? So, at the end of the day, an examination of conscience is a good thing. It's things you can't fail, and it's something that brings you closer to God. So, I'm Lino Rulli, examining my conscience on a daily basis, author of the book Sinner.